What if the weakest, most talentless kid in the entire cultivation world just refused to stop? No cheat codes, no overpowered bloodlines, no system giving him quests. Just raw hustle, pharmaceutical genius, and an absolute refusal to accept fate. That's Han Li, and his story, a record of a mortal's journey to immortality, is one of the greatest underdog tales in all of Xianxia. Let's break the whole thing down. Han Li starts as a poor village kid, like dirt poor. His family can barely eat. He gets sent to the Seven Mysteries sect, not because of talent, but because his family needs the money. And when he gets there, everyone realizes pretty quickly that his spiritual roots are garbage, absolute bottom-tier talent. In a world where cultivation talent is everything, Han Li has basically nothing. But here's the thing about Han Li that separates him from every other Xianxia protagonist. He's not brave, he's not reckless. He's cautious, calculating, the kind of person who'd rather run from a fight he can't win than die proving a point. And in the cultivation world, that survival instinct is worth more than talent, way more. Early on, Han Li witnesses something that shapes his entire worldview. A senior disciple, way stronger than him, casually cripples another student over a minor disagreement. No consequences, no punishment, because in the cultivation world, strength is law. That moment burns itself into Han Li's brain. From then on, his #1 rule: never pick a fight you can't win, and never trust that anyone is safe just because they're on your side. He gets taken under Dr. Mo's wing, an elder in the sect who teaches him medicine, and Han Li discovers something. Medicine and alchemy, those he can do. His spiritual roots might be trash, but his brain is sharp. He learns herbs, poisons, pill refining, stuff most cultivators consider beneath them. But for Han Li, it becomes his secret weapon. Things go sideways real quick when Dr. Mo reveals his true intentions. The old man wasn't being kind. He was raising Han Li like livestock. He wants to perform a body possession technique, basically stealing Han Li's young body to extend his own life. And here's where Han Li's survival instinct kicks in. Instead of panicking, he uses everything Dr. Mo taught him: medicine, poison, counter techniques, and turns it all against his master. Han Li survives, Dr. Mo doesn't, and just like that, the whole trajectory of his life changes. He realizes the cultivation world is eat or be eaten. Trust nobody, rely on yourself, and above all, never stop preparing for the worst. This philosophy becomes Han Li's entire identity for the rest of the novel. Paranoid? Maybe. Alive? Absolutely. After leaving the Seven Mysteries sect, Han Li enters the broader cultivation world, and the power gap, insane. Foundation establishment, core formation, nascent soul, each tier is an exponential jump, and Han Li is still at the bottom. But he's got one thing going for him: a mysterious small bottle that can accelerate plant growth. This little thing is his cheat code, but even then, it's not like it makes him OP, it just keeps him in the game. The green liquid bottle deserves more explanation because it's genuinely clever. It doesn't make Han Li stronger directly, it speeds up plant growth, that's it. But in cultivation, rare herbs are everything. They're needed for pills, for breakthroughs, for healing. Herbs that take 100 years to mature, Han Li grows them in months. He turns this seemingly useless treasure into an infinite pill factory. And pills are money. Money is cultivation resources. It's the ultimate capitalism hack in a magic world. He uses the bottle to grow rare herbs, refines pills that most cultivators would pay a fortune for, and trades his way up the power ladder. It's not flashy, it's not fast, but it works. And that's Han Li in a nutshell. He's the guy who brings a carefully prepared plan to a fistfight while everyone else is relying on raw power. One of the best early fights shows exactly how Han Li operates. He gets cornered by a Foundation establishment cultivator, way above his level. Anyone else would be dead, but Han Li? He's been carrying poison pellets, explosive talismans, defensive puppets, and escape treasures on his person at all times, just in case. He doesn't win through martial prowess, he wins because he came to a fistfight with an entire pharmacy, an armory, and a contingency plan written in triplicate. Over the years, and I mean years, Han Li slowly climbs the cultivation ranks. He goes through key condensation, foundation establishment, core formation, and eventually reaches nascent soul. Each breakthrough is a massive achievement for someone with his terrible spiritual roots. Other cultivators with better talent might reach these stages in decades. Han Li takes centuries, but he gets there. Along the way, he faces some absolutely insane threats. The devilish cultivators of the Mulan Plains, the Star Palace battles, the invasion from the scattered star seas. Every time, Han Li uses the same approach. Prepare everything in advance, strike when the odds are in his favor, and if they're not, run. There's zero ego in his fighting style, and it's honestly refreshing. And then there's Nangang Wan. She's a fellow cultivator, talented, strong, beautiful, and she's the closest thing to a love interest Han Li has. Their relationship is genuine too. It develops slowly over centuries of shared experiences, but because cultivation timelines are insane, they spend huge stretches of time apart, centuries of separation, and yet the connection holds. It's weirdly romantic for a genre that usually treats romance like a trophy for the MC. What makes Han Li and Nangang Wan work as a couple is that she understands him. She knows he's cautious. She knows he'll disappear for centuries to cultivate in seclusion, and she's fine with it because she's a cultivator. She has her own ambitions, her own breakthroughs to chase. Their love isn't clingy or dramatic. It's two independent people who choose each other across the centuries. In a genre that usually treats romance like a trophy for the MC, this feels real. As Han Li reaches the deity transformation and spatial tempering stages, he starts venturing beyond the human world. He enters the spirit realm, a higher plane of existence where the power levels jump dramatically. And once again, he's at the bottom. Once again, he has to grind. But by now, Han Li is a veteran. He knows how the game works. Keep your head down, get stronger, survive. In the spirit realm, Han Li faces threats that make his previous enemies look like children, body integration cultivators, Mahayana stage monsters, ancient sealed beings. But he also unlocks new capabilities. His gold-devouring beetles, these insects he's been cultivating since the early chapters, evolve into something genuinely terrifying. They become one of his strongest trump cards. He also picks up some absolutely broken abilities, the Providence True Devil arts, the Bright Jade arts, the Spirit Eye powers. But here's the key, none of these hand him instant victory. Each one requires years or centuries of refinement. Han Li doesn't do shortcut cultivation, he does the long way, every single time. And because of that, his foundation is rock solid, unshakable. Let me talk about the gold-devouring beetles for a second because they're honestly one of the coolest trump cards in all of cultivation fiction. Han Li starts raising them as tiny metallic insects. Over centuries, literal centuries, he feeds them rare metals, spiritual energy, and other materials. They evolve, they get bigger, stronger, until eventually they become mature gold-devouring beetles that can eat through practically any defense. Cultivators see them and just surrender, because nothing stops these things. The huge turning point is when Han Li faces the tribulation to reach Mahayana stage, which is basically the equivalent of becoming a demigod. The lightning tribulation would obliterate most cultivators, but Han Li, he prepared for decades. Pills, formations, treasures, backup plans for his backup plans. He tanks the tribulation and breaks through, and the entire spirit realm takes notice. As a Mahayana cultivator, Han Li is now among the strongest beings in the spirit realm, but there's a level beyond even that, true immortality. The spirit realm itself is just a stepping stone to the true immortal realm, and the requirements to ascend? Brutal. You need to survive the Ascension Tribulation, a test that makes the Mahayana Tribulation look like a light drizzle.
The Ascension Tribulation is specifically designed to test whether a cultivator is worthy of entering the immortal realm. It doesn't just throw lightning at you. It tests your Tao comprehension, your mental state, even your karmic ties. People with heavy karma or unresolved grudges, the tribulation hits them harder.
And Han Li, being the paranoid survivalist he is, spent decades specifically clearing karmic debts and settling grudges before attempting it. That's so perfectly in character, it hurts. Han Li ascends. He makes it to the true immortal realm. And guess what? He's at the bottom. Again. True immortals, golden immortals, ancestral immortals, the hierarchy just keeps going up. But Han Li doesn't even flinch anymore. He's been at the bottom so many times by this point that it's basically his comfort zone. Start grinding, start scheming, start surviving. In the immortal realm, the politics and factions are even more complex. The celestial court, the various celestial races, ancient beings who've existed for millions of years, and Han Li navigates all of it the way he always has, carefully, quietly, making allies when it benefits him, avoiding enemies he can't beat, and always, always having an exit strategy. One of the wildest immortal realm fights involves Han Li taking on an actual true immortal who underestimates him. The immortal swings with a casual attack that should vaporize anyone at Han Li's level, but Han Li releases his gold-devouring beetles, activates 3 different defensive artifacts, deploys a poison formation he prepared 60 years earlier, and then counterattacks with his own strike. The true immortal is so overwhelmed by the sheer number of preparations that he barely escapes with his life. That's Han Li, always 20 steps ahead. The final arcs of the novel pit Han Li against threats that span multiple realms. Ancient sealed entities awakening, cross-realm wars, the kind of cosmic-level conflict where single battles reshape entire worlds. And Han Li, the kid with garbage spiritual roots, is right there in the thick of it. Not because he's the strongest, but because he's the most prepared. His gold-devouring beetles have evolved to their final form by now, capable of devouring practically anything. His medical and alchemical knowledge is unmatched. His combat experience spans thousands of years in multiple realms. Every single weakness he had, no talent, no background, no connections, he compensated for with sheer effort. And now, he's among the most dangerous beings in all of existence. By the endgame, Han Li's arsenal is absolutely insane. Let me list what this man is carrying. Mature gold-devouring beetles that can eat through anything, a profound heavenly treasure, one of the ultimate weapons in existence, dozens of refined pills for every conceivable situation, defensive puppets, teleportation talismans, poison arrays, and his own cultivation which has been refined over thousands of years of careful, methodical advancement. He's basically a walking apocalypse pretending to be a cautious old man. He reunites with Nangang Wan, his love from the mortal realm. She ascended too, following her own cultivation path, and seeing them finally together after centuries upon centuries of separation, it's one of the most satisfying payoffs in the entire novel. Their love story isn't dramatic or explosive, it's patient, just like Han Li himself. By the novel's end, Han Li has reached the absolute pinnacle. He's gone from immortal with no talent to an existence-level immortal. No prophecy chose him, no divine artifact made him special. He just grinded for thousands and thousands of years, outlasting, outsmarting, and outpreparing everyone who stood in his way. So why does this novel matter? Look, in a genre full of MCs who are chosen ones, reincarnated emperors, or system-backed powerhouses, Han Li is different. He's just a regular guy with below-average talent who said, "Nah, I'm not accepting that," and then spent literal millennia proving that determination beats destiny. That's a message that actually resonates, you know? Wang Yu wrote something special with this novel. The pacing is slow, like deliberately slow, but that's the point. You feel the weight of Han Li's journey. You feel the centuries. You feel the struggle. And when he finally breaks through each major bottleneck, you feel the triumph in a way that instant power-up stories can never replicate. And man, if you thought the novel was slow, wait till you hear this. RMJI is over 2,400 chapters, 2,400. It took Wang Yu over a decade to write. And you know what? Almost none of those chapters feel like filler, because every arc is Han Li methodically solving a problem, finding resources, preparing for the next tribulation, building alliances for the next war.
It's cultivation survivalism, and every chapter earns its place. The Donghua adaptation has been insanely popular too, and for good reason. Seeing Han Li's journey animated brings a whole different energy to the experience, but the novel goes so much deeper than the Donghua covers. If you've only watched the anime, you haven't even scratched the surface of what this story has to offer. Han Li proves something the cultivation genre often forgets. You don't need to be born special to achieve greatness. You need patience, you need strategy, you need an absolute, unbreakable refusal to give up even when the entire universe is telling you that you don't belong. That's the mortal's journey to immortality, and it's beautiful. And that's a record of a mortal's journey to immortality, the complete story. From a poor village boy to a cosmic immortal. No cheats, just grind. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe because we're covering more full novel stories. Drop your favorite Han Li moment in the comments, and I'll catch you legends in the next one. Peace.